Hi there. Welcome in. Yeah, this is our little fall lipstick shop. We don't just have lipsticks though. We have lip balms, we have matte lips, we have lip oils. We have a little bit of everything. I'd love to take some time, show you around, show you kind of what we have on offer today. Do you have a moment? Okay, great. Let me grab you a little chair and we can kind of go over some of these things, okay? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I hope you don't mind. It's kind of an awkward chair, but it's a chair. So, are you in the market for anything particular? Just getting a break from the rain? Yeah, it got so chilly here all of a sudden that, yeah, I don't blame anyone for stopping in, but we haven't been very busy. So, if you don't mind, I'll just kind of give you the basics of what we have here. So, we have lipsticks, lip oils, all kinds of lip products in right now. And it's curated to be a fall collection. So all of these are wonderful for the fall season. If you're someone who believes in seasonal makeup, they're perfect, but a lot of these things can be used all year round. So let's get started we'll just start with these three. So these are all from L'Oreal, which is, you know, drugstore staple. It's a company that's been around for ages and ages. So we have 3 of their lipsticks, and these are their long wearing lipsticks. These are in the shades Be Fiery, Be Courageous, and Be Independent. It's always nice to kind of have those reminders. Yeah. So these, let me show you Be Fiery first, because Be Fiery, if you look, it's actually not as bright as the Be Courageous shade. Be Courageous is much brighter. So here, I'll show you what Be Fiery looks like. And actually, I will swatch all 3 on the back of my hand so you can see which one's which. And then don't worry, these are all testers. So we won't sell you these. We'll actually sell you brand new ones if you do decide to buy anything. Okay. So the top is Be Independent, that's this one. And then we have Be Courageous and Be Fiery. So as you can see, they do have a bit of a shimmer to them. These do end up drying down and wear a little bit more like a stain, but they do have a nice glossy look upon first application. For some, they do feel a little sticky, but not syrupy sticky, if that makes sense. But again, they do dry down. They have a lovely wear down. I'll go ahead and wipe those off my hand, show you how they do leave a bit of a stain, especially that middle one there, the Be Courageous. It'll leave a little bit of a stain on your lips even after you wipe it down. So those 3, you can do a bundle set. They are $5 each or 3 for $10. So if you did want to get all 3, you do get kind of a deal. It's also really great if you are getting gifts for the holidays already. I know it feels so early to think about that, but if you're getting gifts for the holidays, it could be good, you know, maybe give one to a friend, a family member, whoever. Let's move on to another drugstore brand, which is Milani. I'll move these L'Oreals out of the way. Move Milani a little closer. So we actually have a few Milani products. We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count to 5, I promise. It's been a weird day. I'm so glad you came in though. So we actually have 5 products. We have a lip oil, 3 lipsticks, and a lip stain. Now these are all a part of their, they use the term fetish. So they have fruit fetish, they have color fetish, they have a color fetish lip stain. It's really just to say that these are very pigmented, very colorful. Now, I'm not going to swatch the lip oil. It doesn't actually have much of a color to it, but it is lychee or lychee nectar in this one. And you can see it does have a beautiful color in the tube, but on the lips, it doesn't really have a lot of color. It'll add a bit of like a shift to your lips. They'll look a little shiny. The tone might look a little more even, but it's not this vibrant color on your lips. It does add a beautiful hydration though. I absolutely recommend this one being put on your lips first, and then after you do like the rest of your makeup, putting on the lip stain after. That way you're kind of hydrating and conditioning your lips before you put a stain on. Although this stain is very hydrating, I always like to have that extra level. So let's swatch these 3. So these are all a part of their color fetish lipstick line. I'm trying to line them all up so you can see them. So we have the shade Tied Up, Bitten, and Nylon. Kind of a little bit scandalous in the names, but nothing too outlandish. Nothing that you'd feel uncomfortable really like telling a coworker or a friend what lipstick you're wearing. Unlike some brands that are out there. So I'll swatch all 3 of these on my hand as well. So the first shade will be Tied Up. And then Nylon. Nylon is so beautiful. I can't wait for you to see it. It's such a beautiful color. And then, or sorry, Tied Up. Nope, I lied. Bitten is a beautiful color. They're all beautiful in their own way. Nylon is actually the shade that I have on today. Yeah, it's just a beautiful kind of dusty rose shade. So we have Tied Up, we have Bitten, and we have Nylon. So these lipsticks are very hydrating. As you can see, they're very shiny. But again, they do leave a tint behind when they dry down. So you can see it a little bit. I've wiped it down with a makeup wipe, and as you can see, Bitten is still there. We'll scrub a little bit. But what I like about these is if you put them on, say, before you leave the house, as they dry down and wear down throughout your day, they still look really nice. They're not patchy, they're not streaky, anything like that. So then next up for Milani, we have the Color Fetish Hydrating Lip Stain. And this is in the shade Rose Rising. Now, I love these. I have I think 3 of these in my collection at home. I have this one, a bright pink, and then like a deeper red. So here's Rose Rising. And what I noticed when I looked at this first is that it really does seem a little more brown. But again, as it dries down, it becomes this beautiful, like, rose petal shade. And that stain will last. You're gonna see it throughout my time here because it's really just a long-lasting stain, and it's so hydrating that, again, you just kind of put it on and you can forget that it's there. So these are also in a deal to where they're $5 each, or if you purchase all 5, it's $20. So it's kind of like, you know, getting one for free if you buy the whole set. Yeah, it's one of those tricky math situations, you know? So next up, we'll move to something a little on the higher end side, and these, again, I will not swatch. These are actually a pillow lip balm. Are you familiar with the Too Faced Hangover lip balms? Okay. Yeah, they're one of those things that I think they really had a moment like a few years ago. I didn't try them until this past holiday. Yeah. So these are a really nice lip balm. However, they do have a bit of a tingle to them. So I don't recommend them for children, teens, anything like that, because there is a bit of a tingling sensation. It's not meant to hurt, but it does tingle. So this one is called Holiday Wine, and this one is Spiced Cider. So they have beautiful scents. This one smells a bit like apples. This one smells a bit just kind of fruity in general. And this one will leave just kind of a gold shimmer on the lips, but this is a nice, beautiful, just kind of evening out of the lip tones. Yeah, I really love these. And again, like, these are $5 each or 2 for $7. So you save a little bit. It's not quite a buy one get one free because there's only 2 of them. But this is a higher end product. It's not something you can get at the drugstore. So I do recommend that. I think it's a great deal. Now let's go over another drugstore staple. These are from Maybelline. And these I also will not swatch, only because they are so hard to take off. So these are the Superstay 24-hour color. These have been around for years. I mean, probably 15, 20 years at this point, I think, is when they came out. They have a liquid lipstick at the end and then a lip balm at the other end that goes on to kind of hydrate and make it shiny. So I would recommend, if you do decide to go with these, getting a lip balm or a lip oil, put that on first, put these on after, and then let them dry down completely. Then you add the glossy top coat. That way they have time to dry down. Now, these 3 that are golden are different, obviously, than this one that's red. These are actually a part of their coffee collection. So these have a bit of a coffee scent to them, and they have coffee themed names. And then this one is a part of their regular line. It's just called Crisp Magenta. But let's see, these names are so tiny. So we have Hushed Hazelnut, we have Chai Once More, and then we have Caramel Crush here on the end. So you can see these up close. They're really beautiful, and they're really wearable neutrals. Even if you're a little afraid of going full copper, these are just really, really nice. And they really do last, which is why I'm not swatching them. So let's move to another favorite, which is ColourPop. They've definitely slowed down with their new releases, but one of their most recent releases was the So Juicy lip oils. These again have a little bit of a tingle to them, so I do not recommend them for kids or teens. This is in the shade Beverly Drive. Again, this is not an opaque color, but it will add a little bit of depth to your lips. So it's just wonderful for a nice hydrating lip oil. You are gonna feel it, which is kind of nice. I like it, but I wouldn't recommend it for kids. Same thing with this So Juicy. As you can see, these ones get very dirty in the cap, but this is one that you push to raise it up. And then you swipe it on your lips and you put the cap back on. But since it's kind of a hydrating, like oily formula, but in a stick form, it does really get all over the caps. So fair warning there if you do decide to go with that one. Now these are an old favorite that have been reformulated. So these are the Ultra Blotted Lip, and specifically these two shades, Zuma and Doozy. These have been around for years and years and years. I had the old formulas. And I can say without a doubt that they really did make these better. They feel more hydrating, but they still last as long. They're just classics. This is a warmer red, but not, you know, too scary of a red. It's a good beginner red, is what I'd say. If you're not really sure how a red's gonna look on you, I recommend Doozy. Zuma is a little bit of a deeper, more nudie color. It's more of a neutral, but it is on the deeper side. It dries down a little deeper than you see it here. Then these are actually from their Sailor Moon collection, so don't let this purple fool you. It's actually a beautiful mauve on the lips. Yeah, so for some people this is actually a really good My Lips but better. Like if your lips have a bit of a purple tone to them, this can look really wonderful. And then this is a good neutral that is a little lighter than Zuma. So if you're a little afraid of going too dark, I definitely recommend this one. Oh, and I'm sorry, this is in the shade Sailor Fuku and the shade Sailor Star. I forgot to go over those. And then this one is the shade Dough. So for the ColourPop ones, again, it's a similar price point to the Milani, but these are $5 each. Or if you decide to get all 6, it's only $20. I know. It's a really good deal. So last up, we have our more higher end items. I'm so sorry about the noise if you can hear it. It's just been a loud day. Yeah, it's been busy outside. So for these, we have 2 items from Rare Beauty. We have their matte lipstick in the shade Brave. We also have their lip balm in the shade Empathy. And I'll show you what those look like. And again, these are all just testers, but here's Empathy. I will say this lip balm isn't the most hydrating, but the color is beautiful. So I'd consider this more of like a hydrating lipstick than I would a like lip oil or a lip balm. And then this is a matte, but as you can see, it's a little on the terracotta side, maybe a little even leaning orange. I really love it. It's hydrating, but it stays forever, but it looks great all day. I love these. So these are a little bit more expensive. These are $15 each, or both for $25. Yeah, still cheaper than Sephora, but a little more expensive than the drugstore stuff. Now, next we have a Pat McGrath lipstick, and this is in the shade Soft Core. And as you can see, it's more of a cool toned shade, but look at that rosiness to it. Yeah, it's a cool tone rose, and again, it's one of those lipsticks that it'll last all day, but it doesn't feel super drying. I really love it. I think it's one of the best she's ever made. And this one on its own is $25. So again, it's a little on the pricey side, but if you're looking to splurge, treat yourself, treat a friend, whoever, you can't really beat it. It's just great quality. So, as you may see, there's been one that we haven't talked about. This is from Etude House. They are a Korean beauty brand. They have skincare, they have makeup, they have all kinds of things. So, this is their Dear Darling tint, and this is in the shade PK003, which I believe they call it Fig, but I can't remember, and I don't really read Korean very well. So, this is their Dear Darling tint. Now, this is actually one that you cannot buy. So why am I showing it to you? This is one that if you spend $40, you get this for free. A brand new lip tint for free. And it's so nice. It's so watery, but the tint will last you all day. It is a bit of a deeper shade, but again, you can control the opacity by either putting a little bit and then smoothing it out, or you can just really, really pile it on and it'll just tint your lips for the whole day as this kind of nice deep wine color. So, there's no pressure to buy anything. I was just happy to show you all the things that I have. If there is anything that you do like, please let me know. I'm happy to help you decide. But again, no pressure, okay? I'm just happy you came in today. I'm happy to see you. I'm so glad you came. Yeah, you can definitely take some time to decide, grab a tea, grab a coffee. You can even just wait out the rain. I don't really mind.